Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball Game 2 of a 4-game set at Oakland against the Athletics. Rays won 3-2 in extras last night. They're coming in at 16-17. They got Yonny Chirinos on the mound. The starter for the A's is Daniel Mengdan. He's 2-3 on the year with a .690 ERA. In his last start, he had a loss versus Houston Astros, only went 2 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 3, and struck out 1. The first Ray he will face, he's back in the lineup tonight. In center field, it's Kevin Kiermaier, a 7-game hitting streak he will return to. A .342 on-base percentage. Rays up in the series 1-0 after the win in extras last night. The first pitch here from Mengdan is low for ball 1. So Mengdan's certainly a character. You see the curly mustache, you see the long windup. Not easy to pull that off when you go 2 innings in your last start, but he's doing his thing. The 1-0 pitch here to Kiermaier, and that one is going to flare in for a leadoff single. Kevin Kiermaier's hitting streak is now at 8 games. He was hot when he took the off day. He did appear as a pinch runner in the 12th, so not exactly a true off day. We're wondering if he would still be hot when he came back, and he is. And it's another man that's hot in Ji-Man Choi. 250 on the year, 18 runs batted in, 5 homers. One of those runs batted in, by the way, came in the 12th inning of last night's contest. Scored the go-ahead run was Manuel Margo, who led off that inning with a double. Throwback to first for Kiermaier. The Rays, same as last night, they're all road grays. The Athletics, the home white pants and the home green tops. The first pitch to Choi is inside for ball 1. Kenny Jansen, the home plate ump, calling the balls and strikes here tonight. The lineup of the Rays that Daniel Mengdan will face, leading off in center, was Kevin Kiermaier. Batting second here, the first baseman Ji-Man Choi. Batting third at short, Adames. Batting cleanup in right field, it's Hunter Renfroe. Batting fifth, the second baseman Brant and Lau. Batting sixth, the third baseman Joey Wendell. Batting seventh and catching, it's Chris Ramon. Batting eighth, the DH Yandy Diaz. And batting ninth and playing left, it's Manuel Margo. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Choi. The pitch from Mengdan is taken strike 2. Really was an exciting contest last night. It went back and forth. The Rays with some clutch hitting ended up getting out of it with a win. They taxed the bullpen a bit. 7 relievers used. Nick Anderson picked up his 9th save, and it was just about 10 pitches. In fact, the final out was Chris Davis, and he took the left fielder at that time, Kiermaier, all the way out to the wall. It was a jumping catch on the track against the wall for the final out, so what a way, really, to end it. And the Rays get out on the winning side of things, as that one is shot foul. And now the Rays, we're glad we finally get to talk about it. They're 16-17 now, just 1 game back of that 500 mark that they've been chasing, really, this entire month. Well, now, as we're in the month of May, it is May 1st. They end April 15-13. So they get out on the winning side of things, and now a chance to get back to 500, as that one is grounded right to the shortstop, and it'll likely be 2. It is a double play to erase the leadoff single for Kiermaier. It goes 6-4-3. The shortstop, Nice, getting it started. And now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. He's 177 on the year. 8 runs batted in, 2 homers. We haven't mentioned it yet. We haven't talked about it. The defensive alignment behind the pitcher, Mengdan. And the outfield from left to right, Davis, Liriano, and Grossman. And the infield from left to right, Chapman, Nice, Pinder, and Olson. In the bottom of this inning, it'll be the hitters, Laureano, Grossman, and Olson, to face Yonny Chirinos, as the 0-1 to Adames is grounded right up the middle and picked up by the shortstop Nice again, and the throw in time to put away Adames. So a leadoff hit, but that's it, as the Rays are retired, no runs in the first. The starting pitcher here for the Rays today, it is Yonny Chirinos. He is 1-1 on the year with a 2.88 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus the Kansas City Royals, went 5 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, and earned a run, walked 2, and fanned 6. The Rays won that one 5-2. But a no decision for him in that one, the number 4 starter. As it'll be Ramon Liriano to get things started. A 3.08 batting average so far. So yesterday it was Glasnow v. Bassett. Today, Chirinos v. Mengdan. And then for the next 2 games of the series, tomorrow it'll be Yarbrough v. Luzardo. And in the finale on Sunday, it'll be Morton v. Manaya. As that one is grounded fair and it gets right past the third baseman Wendell. A leadoff hit for Laureano, as now both teams have done that in the first. And that will quickly bring up the number 2 man, the right fielder Robbie Grossman. Grossman, 213 on the year, is appearing for the first time this series, the switch hitting right fielder. As that one is put in the air, chased by the right fielder Renfroe, and he's there for out number 1. As now with 1 out, it's the first baseman Matt Olson. We're seeing him for the first time as well. A 7-game hitting streak, a 320 average. And a lot of runs batted in to go along with it. As that first pitch is taken for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 2. Chirinos looking for his first strikeout of the day, and the 1-2's fouled back. 7 pitches, but already productive. This is his third batter faced. And strike 3 called. Olson goes down looking. Chirinos gets the first punch out of the evening. And there's out number 2 as well. And now it'll be the cleanup man, the left fielder Chris Davis. Davis 237 on the year. The first pitch to him is taken for strike 1, so a reminder of Laureano at first with 2 outs. An 8-game hitting streak, in fact, for Davis. We talked about it. He was the final out. Almost got out of the park to tie it. That really would have been a true gut buster for everyone watching it on TV, as well as you and I. We make up the Rays faithful. No balls, 2 strikes. The count here to Davis. And here's the pitch from Chirinos. And that one is lifted in the air. Chased by the right fielder Renfroe. He goes out towards the track. And that one is out of here. A 2-run homer for Chris Davis in the first. That one was nearly robbed by Renfroe. But Davis will get the scoring open for the A's. A 2-out shot. And now they're up 2-0, just like they were in game 1 of the series. Now with the long ball, though. Second hit, given up by Chirinos. As they were so close, the Rays were to getting out of that inning. 100 miles an hour off the bat, 345 feet the distance. A really good try by Renfroe, but unfortunately couldn't get the play. Now the A's are going to take a lead, and it'll be Mark Kane, and now the DH with the bases clear. He's 234 in the year. When we go back to the top of the next inning, it'll be Hunter Renfroe, Brandon Lau, and Joey Wendell. As now we will be down a couple of runs, but like we said, just as it was yesterday, the Rays added 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 7th to come back, and then, of course, that 1 run in the 12th. 0-2 now down is Kana in a hurry. Chirinos just looking to put this inning to bed. Here's the 0-2. Low ball 1. Chris Ramon back there at catcher. He always seems to call a good game. Probably a little bit better behind the dish compared to Perez. And with Ramon hitting, pretty decent as well. A couple of hits last night. His average is 227 in limited at-bats. Kevin Cash is going to ride the hot hand. The 1-2 to Cana, and strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, and 2 earned runs for the A's here in the first as they take an early lead. And it'll be Hunter Renfroe, the man to lead off this second inning. He get the day off yesterday. A 7-game hitting streak. He got his 100th home run on the walk-off blast at Tropicana Field a couple of days ago. As the Rays went down 1-2-3, a single for Kiermaier. Choi grounded into a double play, and then Adames was retired. So now it'll be Renfroe, Lau, and Wendell here in the second. The 2-0 pitch here to Renfroe, and that one is hit hard but fouled away. So the Rays, as we said, are 16 and 17. They're still 4th in the American League East, 6 games back of the Yankees, who are 22 and 11. We'll see the Yankees when we come back home. A 4-game set there. A swing and miss from Renfroe, and it's now 2-2. And now the pitch from Mengdan. And swing and a miss for strike 3. Renfroe's returned back and in a strikeout. First of those for Mengdan on the day. And now it'll be Brant and Lau. Lau is 216 on the year, 17 runs batted in, 7 homers. The first pitch to him is low, ball 1. A swing and a miss. It's a ball and a strike. A good look there at the mustache of Daniel Mengdan. Nice little bit of handlebar action going on there. The 1-1 is outside, 2 balls a strike. He's faced the minimum here through 4 batters. As that one to Lau is grounded, and it's going to get through for a base hit right past Chapman, who's there in the shift. It'll be a 1-out single for Lau, second hit of the day for Tampa Bay. And that will bring up now Joey Wendell. Wendell is batting .239 in the season, 10th run batted in, no home runs yet. In his former stadium, he used to play for the A's. Was traded prior to the 2018 season. He's been with the Rays ever since. The 0-1 to Wendell is low, and it's a ball and a strike. A man on with 1 out in the second. Rays down 2 after a home run by Chris Davis. And now the 1-1 pitch is low. It's 2 balls a strike. Some good takes against Mengdan here. Has allowed the Rays to pick up a couple of singles. And now this one, the runner is going to go, but that one is popped up by Wendell, so Lau will have to retreat. And now that is out number 2. A pop-up there to the second baseman, Pinder. And now it's the catcher, Chris Ramon. He's batting .227 on the year, no homers, no runs batted in. He's got Brandon Lau standing at first with 2 outs. Rays down a couple here early. The A's to come in the plate in the second. Matt Chapman, Chad Pinder, and Sheldon Neese. As Ramon fouls that one back, and it's 1-1. Mengdan winds and deals, and that one is another foul ball for Ramon, and Mengdan now strike away from getting out of this inning. He's giving up a hit. That was to Lau. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. That'll be the second strikeout for Mengdan as he retires the side. And that'll be the third baseman, Matt Chapman. He'll be the first A to come up here in the second. It'll be Chapman, Pinder, and Nice. Torino's out to start a second. He threw only 15 pitches, but gave up 2 runs. A home run to Chris Davis as that ground ball is to Adames, and his throw to first in time for out number 1. So Chapman is retired on a 6-3. And now it'll be Chad Pinder. Pinder, the second baseman, is 186 on the year. Although Torino's has given up those couple of runs, won't look like that's going to hinder him. He looks pretty good here today outside of that one pitch that kind of got away from him. 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. Here the 1-0 to Pinder. A hair inside, and it's 2-0. Kenny Jansen calls it a strike. And now 2-1 to the man hitting 7th in the lineup. A cut and a miss on the off speed, and now 2-2. Down fouled back. And now another 2-2 pitch. And popped up. Run down by the center fielder, Kiermaier. He's there to get it for out number 2. And now it'll be the shortstop, Sheldon Nice, to come up for the first time. He's batting 167 on the year. No home runs and an RBI. And now the 0-1. And that one is popped up. It's the right fielder Renfro over there, and he'll make a running catch for out number 3. That'll retire the side. 1-2-3 in the second as we're through 2. Athletics up 2-0. It'll be Yandy Diaz here to lead off this third inning for the Rays. 8-9-1 the hitters here. Diaz 159. 2 runs batted in. No home runs yet. That one high for ball 1. Diaz, Margo, Kiermaier. The men all to come to the plate against Mengdan. Mengdan has pitched 2 scoreless so far, and his 30th pitch here is high for ball 2. Diaz has worked himself into a good count, 3-0. The Rays usually take those, but a guy like Diaz, you never know, he's going to get a good pitch to swing at. The 3-0. Taken for strike 1. Yandy Diaz with a couple of homers in the same building in the wild card game last year. The Rays won that one 5-1. And that one is going to be fouled away. I'm sure that win in extras had a sting extra special for A's fans as well, as this is the first time the Rays have returned since that game. Over 50,000 in attendance that night. It really was a wild affair. The Rays were in the playoffs at that time for the first time in the last 6 years, and they got the win in the one-game showdown to get to a series. That was big. Now the payoff to Diaz And that one is put on the ground, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Third single of the day. This one a leadoff single in the third for Diaz. And now it'll be the center fielder, Manuel Margo. Margo batting 158 on the year. A run batted in, no homers. Who is hitless last night until he came to the plate in the 12th. Slapped the leadoff double. G-Man Choi was able to bring him around to score. The 0-1 here to Margo. And that one fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes here to Manny Margo. As he's playing left to give Austin Meadows a day off. As that one is put on the ground right to Olson, and it's likely going to be a double play. And it is. Margo can't run it out. And now there's 2 away. Erases a leadoff single. And now the base is empty. We go to the top for Kevin Kiermaier. He's 1 for 1. He opened this game with a single. And the first pitch to him is low for ball 1. The A's, that will come up in the third. We'll finish the lineup with the catcher, D.V. Gruman. And go back to the top for Ramon, Liriano, and Robbie Grossman. The 1-0 here to Kiermaier. And that one is popped straight up. It's the catcher Gruman under it. And that will be out number 3. So the Rays get a leadoff single erased by a double play. We're down a couple of runs. And we head to the bottom of the third. It'll be the catcher, D.V. Gruman, to lead off this inning for the A's. He's batting .300 on the year. He was at first base last night, catcher here today. It'll be Gruman, Liriano, Grossman. The first pitch to him, low, ball 1. After getting up a 2-run homer, Chirinos pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the second. As that one is swung on and missed, and Gruman flings his bat away. First time this year we've seen that. And that one in there for strike number 2. That one grounded foul. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Another foul ball. And this one from Chirinos. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. And a cut and a miss. Chirinos now picks up his 3rd strikeout. And there's 1 away here in the 3rd for Ramon Laureano. Liriano 1 for 1 with a single. Came around to score on the Chris Davis blast. As the Rays offense starting a bit sluggish. Again, really for the 3rd straight day, dating back to that Cleveland game that the Rays won 1-0. The 0-2 here, and it's inside, a ball, 2 strikes. This one is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. Chirinos has really heated up after that home run allowed. And now a 2 away in the 3rd, and the base is clear. It'll be Robbie Grossman. Flew out to right in his first try. The switch hitter takes the lefty batter's box. Only one true lefty, that's Olson. as this A's lineup is just absolutely loaded with righties. It'll be the lefty Yarbrough tomorrow. The only one of those that the Rays will have to put out, as it was the righty Glasnow in Game 1, the righty Chirinos here tonight. Chirinos trying to strike out the side. He's got a 1-2 to Grossman. He sets and deals, and it's outside 2-2. For the Rays in the fourth, it'll be Choi, Adames, and Renfroe. The 2-2 to Grossman is fouled away. A good shot at the fast foul territory in one of the last dual-purpose stadiums where the Oakland Raiders used to play. As that one is going to get down for a base hit, he hits against the shift. The third baseman Wendell was nowhere near, and it'll end up being cashed for a 2-out double for Robbie Grossman. Third hit of the night for the A's, and that'll keep things going. First double of the year for Grossman. As that's really the problem with the shift. That should have been in a traditional set. That would have been a routine ground out. But you shift inside and it gets all the way down to the wall for a double. And now it's Matt Olson, the first baseman, to the plate. He struck out his first time up. He's got a chance to knock in a run. The A's are already up 2. 43 pitches now for Chirinos. The starter Glasnow yesterday only went 4. The 0-1 to Olson is swung on a miss for strike 2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Low, ball 1. They've laid off of those for the most part. Chirinos has 2 strikeouts in the inning. He's looking for number 3. Fouled away. Pitch from Chirinos, and that one is fouled as well. As Chirinos will be near 50 pitches by the time this third inning is over. He's given up a couple of runs. That one outside, and now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-2, and it swung on a miss. Third strikeout of the inning for Chirinos. He gives up a double, but that's going to be it. As we're through 3, the A's are up 2. It'll be G-Man Choi to lead this 4th inning off for the Rays. Choi grounded into a double play in the first to erase a leadoff single by Kiermaier. It'll be Choi, Adames, and Renfroe here in the 4th. The first pitch from Mengdan, fouled back for strike 1. Mengdan threw 40 pitches through 3 scoreless. 3 hits, 2 strikeouts. Has yet to walk a man. The 0-1 to Choi is low for ball 1. And now put into play, but it's right to the third baseman Chapman, and his throw to first is in time. So 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts so far for Choi. 5-3 there. And now the shortstop Willie Adames, who grounded out to second in his first try. Trying to claw back to the Mendoza line. He's 175 coming into this AB. Comes to the plate with 1 out and the bases empty. Rays are down a couple. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls a strike. And now this one to Willie is going to be fouled away off the end of the bat. And now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renfroe up next. And here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed Strike 3 there. Third strikeout for Mengdan, and with 2 outs, that will bring up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe 0 for 1, a strikeout in the second. Just cutting a miss on a high fastball for strike 1. Renfroe leads the team in home runs with 11. He got number 100 of the career on a walk-off solo shot in the 9th against the Indians a couple days ago. As that one is fumbled by Pinder, and they're going to get the throw in time regardless. Another 1-2-3 inning pitch by Mengdan. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, the Rays are still down 2. It'll be the cleanup man, Chris Davis, to lead off this 4th for the A's. He's 1 for 1 with that 2-run shot in the 1st inning. It's where all the runs in this game have come from. Chirinos comes back out. He's thrown 49 pitches through 3 innings. 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. The line for him. Both teams both with 3 hits. The Rays have yet to cash any in for runs, as the offense has gone a bit stagnant. The 0-2, and it's outside, a ball, 2 strikes. Another Davis take, and now 2-2. Chirinos was up 0-2 on the count to Davis when he hit the home run. As it's going to be strike 3 called there. Chirinos gets his revenge, and in the process, his 6th strikeout. And now the DH, Mark Canha. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. They came in the 1st inning to end the inning. And the first pitch to him is high, ball 1. A cut and a miss, and now a ball and a strike. Two and 1. The count to the DH. 1 out, bases empty. Chirinos sets and deals. And a cut and a miss. Strike 2. A good shot there at the sunset here in Oakland, as dusk will turn to dark here. A pitch outside, and the count to Canha is now full. The strong hitter Chapman awaiting on deck. The payoff pitch is fouled away. Another 3-2. Now in fouled back as well. And now put on the ground, picked up by the shortstop Adames, and his throw to first is in time for out number 2. And that'll be the third baseman, Matt Chapman. He's 0 for 1, a ground out to short in the second. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1. The Rays that'll come to the plate in the 5th. Brainton Lau, Joey Wendell, and Chris Herman. The 1-0 pitch, low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. As that one is put in the air, run down by the center fielder Kiermaier, and he makes a run and catch over the shoulder for out number 3, and it'll retire the side. 3 through 4, A's up 2-0. Brandon Lau will get this inning started. He picked up a single in the second inning. It'll be Lau, Wendell, and Ramon.
Leading off for the Rays, the second baseman, number 8.
That first pitch called a strike, says Kenny Jansen. Count even now at 1-1. Righty on lefty matchup here. Plenty of lefties in the lineup today. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a missed for strike 2. As that one is popped straight up, the first baseman Olson comes in. And he'll be under it there for out number 1. Now the third baseman Joey Wendell, he's 0 for 1, a pop up to second in the second inning. 1 out, bases empty here in the 5th. Rays down 2-0. There was a 2-run shot by Chris Davis in the first to get the scoring opened. Chirinos has been shut down since then, including 6 strikeouts. And now the 1-0 to Wendell. Outside, ball 2. Rays with 3 hits today. Looking for their first run. Middle part of the order. Now the 2-1 from Mengdan is popped up, chased by the right fielder Grossman. He's going to run back and make the catch on the track there for out number 2. Wendell was looking for his first homer of the year. That one's going to end up a fly out in right. And now the catcher Chris Ramon. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout in the second. As that first pitch is going to get through for a base hit. A 2-out single there for the catcher. And now to be Diaz, another man that's picked up a hit. By the way, that's the 4th of the day for Tampa Bay. So now the Rays get the tying run to the plate. And Yandy Diaz, Chris Ramon sitting at first, 2 outs. Here in the 5th. The first pitch to him. And that one is lifted up. But it will be the left fielder, Chris Davis, underneath it for out number 3 and retire the side. So the Rays pick up another hit. But that's it. They're held scoreless through 5. It'll be the second baseman, Chad Pinder, to lead things off here for Oakland. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. It'll be Chad Pinder, Sheldon Neese, and D.V. Gruman. As the A's will finish out their order a second time through here in the 5th against Torino. 66 pitches through 4. The righty Castillo, the righty Drake warming up in the pen. Yesterday, the Rays used 7 relievers. It was McKay for 2, Drake for 1, Fairbanks for 2, Poche for nearly 2, and then it was Alvarado getting the win and Anderson the save after that. As the cut and a miss for Pinder, and he's quickly down 0-2. And strike 3. As a cut and a miss from Pinder, he goes down on strike. 7th K for Yonny Chirinos. So now 1 away for Sheldon Neese. 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. And now the 1-1. Low, and it's 2 balls a strike. As that one is going to be shot foul, and now strike 2. There's another foul ball. As now in the mid-70s and pitch count for Chirinos, maybe, depending on how this one goes, maybe he'll allow to start a 6. Who knows? The bullpen will certainly need some help. That would be nice if they could get him through 6. Now, if the Rays offense can't get going, they're only going to be pitching 8 innings here tonight. That one is going to be fouled away. And that was the 8th pitch of the at-bat for News. 1 out, base is empty, and this one from Chirinos is fouled back. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat there. This one will be the 10th. And another 2-2. Swung on and missed on a pitch that ran inside. In 10 pitches, News will go down on strikes. Number 8 for Chirinos, 2nd of the inning. And now the catcher, D.V. Gruman, is struck out against Chirinos in the 3rd. This will be Chirinos' 80th pitch. And here it is. Shot foul. Pretty good attendance here on this Friday evening, as this will be a weekend series now. The Friday night and then Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Another 10 p.m. Eastern start. But I'm sure Rays fans don't mind here on this Friday night. The Rays 1 win away from getting back to 500. Chirinos, by the way, a strike away from getting out of this inning as he's trying to strike out the side. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away again. A lot of foul balls here already today. That's been one main contributor to a rising pitch count for Chirinos. And here's a 1-2. And called high, says Kenny Jansen, and it's 2-2. Inside for ball 3, and now the count to Gruman is full. And the 6 for the Rays, it'll be Manny, Margo, Kiermaier, and Choi. They've been shut out so far, and here's the payoff to Gruman. And it's put on the ground, and it's going to get through for a base hit through the shift. A 2-out single for Gruman, and that will keep the inning grooving.
Now batting, number 22.
4th hit of the day for Oakland. As now we go back to the top for Ramon Liriano. He's 1 for 2, a single. Came around to score on that Chris Davis home run. Gruman at first with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. A's up a couple runs. As that one is put on the ground right to Brant and Lau, and he'll flip to second to get the force there. And that will retire the side. A's get hit, but that's it. Through 5, it's 2-0 Oakland. It'll be Manuel Margo, his 2nd time up today. He's 0 for 1, a ground out in the 3rd. That was a double play ball. Mengdan, 60 pitches through 5 innings. 4 hits, but no runs allowed. The 0-1 to Margo. Swung on a miss on a pitch low, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Mengdan only went 2 innings his last start. He looks much better here today. As the Rays, as far as I can recall, have yet to get a man in scoring position. As Margo put that one on the ground and is right to the first baseman, Gruman. And he's there. We're at number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, Kevin.
And now we go back to the top of the order. This time a third time through. Kevin Kiermaier 1 for 2 with a single. That came in the first. Also popped up to the catcher to end the third inning. The first pitch from Mengdan is high for ball 1.
Count 1-0.
The catcher calling for another high pitch. And it is. That one lifted but foul. Only one home run in the series combined. It was by Chris Davis in the first inning tonight. That was in drastic contrast to 6 home runs put up in a series. As that one is lifted by Kiermaier. Chased by the 2 outfielders, and it's going to get down to the wall by the 388 sign for a 1-out double. First extra base hit of the night, and Kiermaier gets in a scoring position with 1 out.
The first baseman,
Hit loud off the bat. He had another one hit hard and foul. And right by the Ricky Henderson Field sign as well. And now it is G-Man Choi with a chance to knock in a run. They'll have 2 chances to single Kiermaier in. That's likely all it will take for the speedy center fielder. And the first pitch to Choi is low for ball 1. So it'll be Choi and Adames with their tries. The lefty Choi right here. He's over 2 with 2 groundouts. 2 for 8 in the series with a couple of doubles. Scored the winning run last night. Now the 0-1 Kiermaier is going to go to third, and the throw from the catcher is not in time. Kiermaier will steal a base. The Raiders steal from second and third. As Kiermaier always aggressive on the base path, he leads the team in steals. A couple days ago, he was caught stealing 3 times in a game, but that's obviously not going to slow him down. And now a pop fly will cut the A's lead in half. A chance for maybe a sacrifice fly from either Choi or Adames. So nice job for Kiermaier there. 2 hits and now a stolen base. As the 1-2 swung on and missed. Choi's down on strikes. So an unproductive out there, and that will take the sacrifice out of contention. But now really literally any base hit would score Kiermaier. And it's going to be on the shoulders of a guy in Willie Adames who's been a bit cold as of late. He's 0 for 2 here. Struck out his last time up in the 4th. Kiermaier 90 feet away, 2 outs. Rays down a couple of runs. If Adames reaches base, it'll be Hunter Renfroe. But Adames not a guy who's taken a lot of walks this year. The 0-1. And that one is lifted foul. And now Mengdan a strike away from getting out of the inning. By the way, Adames 2-11 on the year with runners in scoring position, so not bad. He's going to have to be wary of the put-away pitch. He can't chase. Now the 0-2. And that one is lifted up. Chased by the left fielder, Davis. That one has a lot of pop to it. And that one is off the wall. It's going to score a run. A 2-out RBI double for Willie Adames. Some clutch hitting there. The 10th double of the year for Adames as he reaches double digits in that department. So that'll score Kiermaier from third. And now put the tying run in scoring position for Hunter Renfroe. So this is a spot for the Rays to really do some damage. The first pitch to Renfroe is low ball 1. Renfroe is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a groundout. 254 average, 11 home runs, 18 runs batted in. A's lead is cut in half. It's 2-1. Adames standing at second. 2 outs. Base hit with tie. The 1-0. High. 2 balls, no strikes. As the Rays finally get to Daniel Mengdan. And now some hope going down the stretch with Chirino's pitching well also, but he's at 85 pitches, so they may make a move depending on how this 6th inning shakes out. Renfroe in a hitter's count. Here's the 2-0. And a take. 2 balls, a strike. Wendelken and Trevino warming up, a couple of righties. Wouldn't be so bad for the Rays. They got a lot of lefties in the lineup here today. The 2-1 to Renfroe. And taking strike 3 at the top part of the zone. Mengdan once again a strike away from getting out of the inning. But the last time that happened, Adames lifted one off the wall and scored a run. The 2-2, as that one is fouled back. And the count will stay right where it is. For the A's in the bottom of this inning, it'll be Grossman, Olson, and Davis. The Rays trying to tie it up here. The 2-2 to Renfroe. And that one, a good take outside, and the count to him is full. Now, if Renfroe's to walk, it'll be Brandon Lau up next. He's got a hit today off of Mengdan. It'll be another righty on lefty matchup. Now the payoff to Renfroe. And it's outside ball 4. The cleanup man will walk. Worked himself into a good count, and he'll get on base. First walk of the day issued by either side. Surprising, we're almost through 6 innings. And so that will bring up Brandon Lau here. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the second. Popped up to the first baseman in the 5th. Adames standing at second. Renfroe at first. So now the leading run is on the base path. That first pitch taken on the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. And now there's a potential that this inning could be Mengdan's last. The Rays trying to chase him. And now the 0-1. And they're going to say he went around. A bad chase by Lau, and it's 0-2. And Mengdan once again a strike away from getting out of this inning. The 0-2 to Lau. And he's going to take a step back and take it inside for ball 1. This is a big spot for the Rays. Their offense comes in and out. The 1-2. And that one is lifted, and it's going to get a diving play. No, it's going to score a run. Dropped by the center fielder, Liriano. And now runners at second and third, and the throw gets away. But it's going to be blocked by Mengdan. So it's going to be an RBI double there for Brandon Lau. And the A's are going to make a pitching move. Mengdan will have a no decision in 5 2/3. He'll finish with a couple of earned runs, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. As he heads back to the dugout. The Rays have got this baby tied up. And the first pitcher out of the pen is J.B. Wendelken. In 14 appearances, a 1.80 ERA. So Willie Adames was able to score from second. It's now Brandon Lau at second. Hunter Renfroe at third. So a base hit would score 2 here from Wendell. So a chance to take the lead here. The go-ahead run 90 feet away, but either way, they've got it tied up. Wendell 0 for 2. A pop-up to second and a flat to right. A cut and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Wendell, to his credit, wow, 304 in the year with runners in scoring position. He's been pretty clutch in that regard. Only behind Choi, who's batting over 400 in that category. As that one is going to be shot up. Chased by the left fielder, Davis, and he makes a running catch to end the inning. So the Rays had a chance to take the lead. They didn't, but they put up 2 runs against Mengdan and tied it up. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it is 2-2. And now an early pitching move for the Rays. It's Brendan McKay out. In 18 appearances, a 5.19 ERA. So Yanni Chirinos will finish with 5 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks. He'll factor into a no decision. As that throw is good to retire Grossman to open the 6th, a 5-3. And now with 1 out, it'll be Matt Olson He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Chirinos had only thrown 85 pitches. So his record will remain 1-1. And now Brendan McKay, who pitched a couple of innings yesterday, he got the race through the 6th, as he may very well do the same here. The 1-0 here to Olson, and it's high ball 2. The good news is, if this one doesn't go to extras, you only have to pitch a couple more innings, and you have Yarbrough tomorrow, who's been excellent, and Morton, who's the ace of the staff. So you got to like your chances with maybe resetting the bullpen again, if that's what you have to do. The Rays used McKay, Drake, Fairbanks, Poche, Alvarado, and Anderson yesterday. And 2 days ago, the only man out of the pen was Castillo. So a bit taxed in that regard. So Castillo, Chaz Rowe, Nick Anderson would all be available. And take your pick of who you want to come out on a back-to-back. Because that one is outside to Olson, and it'll be a leadoff walk. First walk issued, in fact, by Rays pitching. And now Chris Davis comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with that 2-run shot. The only real offense generated this evening by Oakland. He fouls that first pitch back to Ramon, and it's 0-1. Similar situation from last night. It's 2-2 as we head into the late stages. The A's put up 2 early, and the Rays come right back. For everyone's sake involved, hopefully this one doesn't end up going to extras. As he's going to get Davis there out on strikes. Second straight time that time for Davis. And now the first K in the book for Brendan McKay. And now with 2 outs, it'll be Mark Canada DH. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout, and a ground out to short. In the 7th, the Rays that will come up, they'll finish the order the 3rd time through. Ramon, Yandy Diaz, and Manny Margo. In a tie game. Then Kevin Kiermaier backing him up. The 0-1. And a chase and a miss outside, and it's 0-2. So McKay heating up after that walk issued. Here's the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. And called just outside by Kenny Jansen. That one looked probably in the zone, but McKay's going to have to pitch again to finish it off. The 2-2. It swung on a miss, so he gets the strikeout there, the second of the outing for him. As he got the Rays through the 6th, it is 2-2. The catcher, Chris Ramon, will get this thing started in the 7th. A couple of men warming in the pen for the A's, but it's J.B. Wenzelken to come back out. He only threw 3 times. Got the out as Mengdan had gotten through 5 2/3. Neither pitcher starter will get through 6. As it's mainly been a battle of the bullpens in this series, and it will be here today. A foul away by Ramon, and it's 0-2 quickly. Ramon, Diaz, and Margo here in the 7th, so the bottom part of the order. Ramon 1 for 2. A strikeout and a single. The 0-2 pitch. And that one is put on the ground right into the shift to the third baseman Chapman, and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. It'll be the DH now, Yandy Diaz. Diaz 1 for 2, a single in the 3rd, a fly out to left in the 5th. Comes up here in the 7th. No on, 1 out, tie game. That first pitch from Wenzelken outside for ball 1. As that one gets past the catcher Gruman and bounces back to the backstop. And now the 2-0. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Margo awaiting on deck. The 3-0. And it's low, ball 4. Diaz will walk. Second walk issued by Ace pitching, and that'll put a man on for Manuel Margo. Margo 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and grounded to first. Diaz at first now with 1 out. The go-ahead run there. Is that first pitch to Margo outside, ball 1. Wendelken definitely not getting the benefit of the doubt from Jansen right now, as he's gone a bit of a tight strike zone. Down well outside, and it's 2-0. As this one to Margo is swung on and fouled back to the catcher, so now 2 balls and a strike to count. And that one called inside for ball 3. The 3-1. And now fouled back, so the count to Margo is full. Barring a double play, it'll be Kiermaier up next. The payoff. Outside, ball 4. 2 straight walks. Now for Wendelken. And that'll put 2 men on for the red-hot Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier today is 2 for 3. A single in the first. And a double in the 6th. He had a stolen base off of that and scored a run. Yandy Diaz standing at second. Manny Margo at first. A single may take the lead for the Rays. As that first pitch to Kiermaier is low for ball 1. And if you're Kiermaier, I know you might be eager to drive in a run. You're the team leader in RBIs, but just take some pitches against Wendelken. He's having a hard time finding the strike zone. As Kiermaier thinks about it, but lays off, and it's 2-0. As another walk would load the bases, and the A's would certainly make a pitching move, you would think then. They've been having some guys warming up in the pen for some time. Now the 2-0 to Kiermaier. And that one is lifted high, but foul. And now it's 2-1. Tie game here in the 7th. This is a big spot all of a sudden. The bottom of the lineup, a couple of men getting on, and we go back to the top. The 2-1 is low. 3 balls a strike, and G-Man Choi is awaiting on deck. The 3-1, and that one is lifted high again, but foul. As both of those, Kiermaier really got a hold of them. They couldn't keep it fair, and now another full count to the leadoff man. The payoff pitch, and that one is fouled again. Base hit would take the lead. Rays trying to go up in this game, series 2-0. The payoff pitch. And that one is lifted up and chased by the center fielder, Liriano. It's going to get all the way down for a double. It'll score a couple of runs. Diaz comes around, and now Margo comes around. A 2 RBI double for Kevin Kiermaier. His 2nd straight double. The 7th of the year. It is now 4-2 Rays. The bottom of the lineup working a couple walks, and Kiermaier working one heck of an at-bat. We had some high fouls. The A's take out Wendelken, insert Lou Trevino. We've seen him yesterday in 12 appearances, a 5.02 ERA. And that'll be G-Man Choi with another runner in scoring position. As Wendelken will only finish with 2/3 innings pitched and 2 earned runs. He's in line now for the loss. And Brendan McKay now would receive the win. So Kiermaier at second, a base hit would score another run. We saw Trevino yesterday. He came in after Pettit to clean up that inning to keep the Rays lead to just 1. That was a 3-2 Rays win. The Rays now are up 4-2. It's really been a similar game. Hope it won't be too similar and go to extras. The Rays now have 9 outs left to get. As that one high to Choi, as this inning will probably continue a little more. Three balls, no strikes. The count to G-Man Choi. He's 0 for 3 today. A double play ball, a ground out to third, and a strikeout in the 6th. The 3-0 pitch, and that one is taken for strike 1. And it's now 3-1 the count. Rays pick up a couple of runs in this inning on a 2 RBI double from Kevin Kiermaier. He had the day off yesterday, but comes back and continues to hit red hot. The 3-1 to Choi, and a cut and a miss on a pitch inside, and now another full count in this inning. Trevino comes in with a couple of outs to get. He's got a full count to Choi, and here's the payoff, and that one is fouled away. Now another payoff, and that one is lifted, but it's going to be foul. As I can see Oliver Drake warming up in the pen there. I guess that means Brendan McKay won't be coming out for another inning. He pitched a scoreless 6th. And now that one is popped up, and it'll be in the wide foul territory. The third baseman Chapman over there to go get it. We're out number 2, but still another chance to single in a run. As it'll be Willie Damas. He had an RBI double himself in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Also came across to score on said double. Kiermaier standing at second. 2 outs. Rays up 4-2 in the 7th. Cut and a miss, and it's 0-1. Trevino strike away from getting out of the inning. And here's the 0-2. Low ball 1. That one low to Willie, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Willie has worked himself into a full count. Hunter Renfroe waiting on deck. And now the payoff. And that one is lifted up, popped straight up. That'll be the third baseman Chapman over there to record another out. And that will retire the side, but the Rays take the lead. A 2 RBI double for Kevin Kiermaier. 7th inning stretch time. The Rays up 4-2. The next pitcher out for the Rays, it'll be Diego Castillo. 18 appearances, a 2.50 ERA. He replaces Brendan McKay, who's in line for the win. Pitches scoreless 6th. And it'll be Matt Chapman to lead off this inning. It's Rowan Alvarado warming up in the pen, so the obvious A-pin situation. And then it'll be Nick Anderson in the 9th, if it is still a safe situation at that point. It'll be Chapman, Pinder, and Nice here in the 7th. Diego Castillo on he last pitched in the finale against Cleveland. Finished the game off after Snell went 7 1/3. The Rays with 9 outs left to get. The 1-1 inside, and it's 2 balls a strike. And that one is popped straight in the air. Run down by the center fielder. Kiermaier, he makes a run and catch out near the track. And that's where the pitcher's park comes into play. Chapman flies out to center. And now there's 7 outs left to get. It'll be Chad Pinder here. He's 0 for 2. A fly out to center and a strikeout. As the first pitch to Pinder is inside for ball 1. A take high, and now 2 balls, no strikes. Now a 3-0 count. Noose waiting on deck as the bottom part of the order here. But the Rays only up a couple of runs. The 3-0. Taken for strike 1. The fastball in there at 98. A swing and a miss, and that'll bring the count full. The payoff, and just a hair outside, ball 4. So after all that, Pinder will walk anyway. And that will bring the tying run to the plate here in Sheldon Neese. He's 0 for 2, a fly out to right and a strikeout. That one outside, and it's a ball and a strike. The 2-1, and it swung on and missed for strike 2. Couple of long at-bats here in the 7th. Now the 2-2 is outside, and now another full count. The catcher, Divi Grion, is on deck. He'll bat next. The payoff, and swung on and missed on a pitch inside. That strikeout will be Castillo's first in the 2nd out of the inning, and they're going to make a pitching move. It is now Chaz Rowe. In 12 appearances, a 6.52 ERA. So Castillo's going to face the minimum, gets 2 outs. No runs. He's responsible for the runner at first. Now to be the catcher, Divi Grion. 1 for 2 with a single in the 5th. It's Chad Pinder standing at first, now with 2 outs. He's down a couple of runs. As that one is popped up, the right fielder Renfroe is going to come in, and it's actually the second baseman Lau who's there to catch out number 3 and retire the side. Rays with 6 outs left to get. They're up 4-2. Pitching move for the A's as well. It's Jake Diekman. In 10 appearances, a 2.61 ERA. Lou Trevino will finish with 2/3 innings pitched. And it'll be Hunter Renfroe to get this inning started for the Rays. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th. It's Renfroe, Lau, and Wendell here, as the Rays maybe look to add some insurance. As the first pitch from the side, winding lefty is in there for strike 1. And strike 3 called. There to Renfroe. That one looked a bit outside, but he's going to retreat back to the dugout. As you see the comparison of the two starters. No decision for both. And now it's Brant and Lau. Lau is 2 for 3. A single in the 2nd. And an RBI double in the 6th. That one low for ball 1. The attendance here on this Friday night, just under 24,000. So the Oakland Coliseum is packed here tonight. The Rays are up a couple of runs. The Rays come into this one 16 and 17. A win here would bring them back to the 500 mark for the first time since the second game of the year. They won on opening day and then lost the next day to Pittsburgh. That was the last time they were at or above the 500 line. And only after opening day were they above 500. So a chance to really go on a hot streak here. As that one is high to Lau for ball 4, and he will now walk. First base runner in the inning. He went up by Diekman as well. And now it'll be Joey Wendell. He's 0 for 3. A pop-up to second, a fly out to right, and a fly out to left. Brandon Lau at first, 1 out here in the 8th. Raise it 4-2. The first pitch to Wendell is low, ball 1. So it'll be interesting to see how the Rays will line this bad boy up as we head down the stretch. Castillo recorded a couple of outs. He faced the minimum. They pull him. Rowe comes in. It gets the out to end the 7th inning. And now, because he finished an inning, he's not subject to the 3-batter rule. So you can pull him if you want. The A's that will come to the plate in the 8th, the righty Liriano, the switch-hitting Grossman, and the lefty Olson. So that's hard to match up against. Grossman is going to line up against whoever's out there. So maybe you leave Chaz Rowe in for Liriano and then make a move. Or maybe it'll just be Alvarado right out of the gate. Alvarado got the win last night. He pitched about an inning or so. So maybe you stick with Chaz Rowe, a guy that's had a couple of days off, and just try and ride him for another inning. That would be a 4-out appearance for him. And then you would have Nick Anderson out in the traditional 9th setting. A full count here to Wendell. Here's the payoff. And it swung on and missed for strike 3. And so that'll be the out number 2 of the inning. Wendell's been having a rough go of it. He's 0 for 4 here today. And now the catcher, Chris Ramon, will come to the plate. Ramon today is 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th inning. A man on 2 outs. Rays may be looking for some insurance here, as that one is fouled away by Ramon. Rays won game 1 of the series by a score of 3-2 in 12. An exciting affair. Ramon now down quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. Now here's the pitch from Diekman. High ball 1. Ramon swings and misses. He'll strike out to end the inning, so the Rays get a base runner, but that's it. 6 outs left to get. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be the leadoff man, Ramon Liriano, to face Chaz Rowe as they leave him in. He only threw a single pitch, so you could easily leave him out for this 8th inning. He's going to have to face the top of the lineup, though. Ramon Liriano, Robbie, Grossman, and Matt Olson. And because of the switch hitting Grossman, you're going to end up facing essentially 2 lefties. As now the 1-0 is grounded, and it's going to be fair. It gets past the third baseman, Wendell. But the left fielder, Margo, will pick it up and limit it to just a single. As if the outfield was shifted the same way, that probably would have been at least a double. So Liriano gets a base hit to start this 8th inning off. Chaz Rowe gets up his first hit. And now it's a switch hitting Robbie Grossman. This is where you get into the couple of lefties. Grossman is 1 for 3. A double in the 3rd inning. It's Laureano standing at first, no outs. Grossman represents the tying run here at the plate. The 0-1. It's low, and it's a ball and a strike. A fastball high, now 2-1. Kevin Cash looking on from the dugout. Chaz Rowe likely with 3 outs to get here. But if he walks Grossman, maybe you pull the plug and maybe make a move for Alvarado or even the closer, Nick Anderson. And that one is popped up. The center fielder, Kiermaier, comes in to get it, and he's under it for out number 1. So now there's 5 outs left to get. So that fly out to center will bring up the first baseman, Matt Olson. The lefty is 0 for 2, and the Rays are going to make a pitching move. They bring in Jose Alvarado to face the lefty. In 13 appearances, has a 7.71 ERA. He picked up the win yesterday. That bumped him up to 2-0. Soro exits, recording 2/3 innings pitched, no earned runs. He's responsible for the man standing at first. So Alvarado will have to face the lefty Olson and the righty Chris Davis at the very least. 2 big outs to get for the reliever. He hit 101 miles per hour in yesterday's contest. On a back-to-back, I don't know if he's got that same juice. But, I mean, these are the best hitters in this lineup. Olson here and then Chris Davis. As this is probably going to be the most high-leverage situation, although you get down to Chapman at 6. With Matt Cain at the DH sandwiched in between them. But the Rays will probably leave that one to Nick Anderson in the 9th. The 2-0 here to Olson is low for ball 3. With Chris Davis waiting on deck, this could get messy in a hurry. If Alvarado's not careful, here's the 3-0 to Olson. And in there for strike 1, in there at 99. Now the 3-1. Swung on and missed. Alvarado took some spice off. A changeup, I guess you could call it, in there at 91. I'm not sure you can call it a changeup at 91, but he took some speed off either way. And now the full count here to Olson. Here's the payoff. Swung and a miss on a pitch high. He chased the high fastball and goes down on strikes. That's a big out to get. As at 3-0, he was at risk of walking him, and that would have gotten real bad. That would have put the tying run on the base path. And now it's Chris Davis. Now, Davis with a 2-run homer in the first. He represents the tying run here at the plate. Another shot would tie this game up. Chris Davis has the only home run in this series, and he also came close to it in Game 1. One of the most feared sluggers in the American League. primarily a DH, but he's played left field so far this series. The 0-1 to him is low, ball 1. In the ninth for the Rays, it'll be Diaz, Margo, and Kiermaier. The 1-1 to Davis. Outside at ball 2. That one in there, 100. So Alvarado's still putting some heat on it. He probably won't be available tomorrow, as the Rays aren't going to put in relievers on 3 straight days this early in the season, as we are now just in the beginning of May. So that would be the same for McKay as well. The other 2 relievers they have would just be on back-to-backs. Speaking, of course, of Castillo and Rowe, so they would be in play tomorrow. And then you have guys on rest like Drake, Fairbanks, and Poche. So they're doing all right, as that one is out of the way by Davis, and the count to him will stay full. So 4 outs now left to get. Alvarado trying to get the Rays through the 8th. Here's another 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The slugger Davis goes down. That was a huge out. Rays with 3 outs left to get. They're up 4-2 at the end of 8. It'll be Yusmeiro Petit to come on for the A's. He took the loss last night in 19 appearances, a 4.24 ERA. He'll look to hold the Rays lead to just 2. It'll be Yandy Diaz leading off with Margo and Kiermaier coming up after him. Yandy Diaz today, he's 1 for 2, a single in the 3rd, walked in the 7th. Rays, I guess, would be looking at some insurance, as they're trying to take game 2 of this 4-game set. You got to be proud with the way they've played so far here in the series, and really as of late. They won 2 series in a homestand, and now they're on a road trip here at the A's, and then they'll go to the White Sox before returning home for a crucial series where they'll face the Yankees for 4 games. So they're getting geared up for that. A win tonight also would be a big moment for the Rays. They'll get back to 500 if they can close it out. They're 16-17 right now, 6 games back of first. But we're in May. These things can change in a hurry. The Yankees are going up against the Blue Jays in a series right now. Rays will see both of those teams here this month, as well as the Red Sox and the Orioles, so all 4 teams in the American League East. So that pitch to Diaz is high, ball 4, and now he will walk, a leadoff walk issued by Petit. And now Manny Margo will come up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Has also grounded into a double play. So Yandy Diaz standing at first, no outs. Rays are already up 2 here in the 9th. So presumably, the Rays bring in Nick Anderson in the 9th. The men he will face, the DH Mark Canha, the righty, the 3rd baseman Matt Chapman, the righty, and then Chad Pinder, the 2nd baseman, the righty. So 3 righties against the righty Nick Anderson. They'll be looking for his 10th save. He got one last night, and he has been locked down. He's 9 for 10 in save opportunities this year. About as automatic as you can get. The 1-1 to Margo, taking strike 2. It'll be Yarbrough v. Luzardo tomorrow. And hopefully the Rays should get some bulk innings out of Yarbrough, as he's been playing well. And then they'll have Charlie Morton on the getaway on this Sunday afternoon against Manaya. And a wild card rematch that will be fun to watch. The 2-2 pitch, and that one is fouled away. Another 2-2 to Margo, and swung on a miss, strike 3. So he'll go down for the first out of the inning, and then we go back to the top now for Kiermaier. Kiermaier is 3 for 4 today, a single and 2 doubles. The one in the 7th was a 2 RBI that broke this 2-2 tie and has given the Rays the lead, as he has gotten really red hot at the plate. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. A ball and a strike now the count. Down fouled away, and now 1-2 the count to the center fielder Kiermaier. It'll be Ji-Man Choi up next. Rays looking to add on maybe a couple runs. They're already up 2. The 1-2 now to Kiermaier. Is inside, and now 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Yusmeiro Pettit came on in the 9th to try and finish this one off. Sees the 5th pitcher on. It's JB Wendelken in line for the loss as Kiermaier strikes out. Second of those for Pettit here in the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi.
And now it'll be Ji-Man Choi with 1 on and 2 outs. Choi so far is 0 for 4. Popped up to 3rd in his last try. He pops that one up as well, chased by the left fielder Chris Davis, and he makes a running catch out in front of the warning track for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Nick Anderson comes on for maybe his 10th save.
Your attention, please.
And it is the closer, Nick Anderson. In 11 appearances, he has a 3.27 ERA, and of course 9 for 10 in save opportunities. Looking for that double-digit number, number 10. He's the 6th pitcher on for the Rays.
Leading off for the A's, the designated hitter.
And it's the DH, Mark Canha, on to lead things off. He's 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to short as he puts that one on the ground and foul. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Now strike 2. Canha, Chapman, and Pinder. 3 righties to come to the plate in the 9th. The 0-2. Outside. Nick Anderson sets and deals. Down fouled away. Matt Chapman, the biggest out of this inning, and if you can get out Canha, that would be huge, as even a deep fly for Chapman wouldn't be the end of the world. And now the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Out number 1. So there goes that. And now Chapman, no matter what he does, can't kill you. He comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. He's 0 for 3 today. A ground out to short, a fly out to center, and then another fly out to center. He takes that first pitch at the knees for strike 1. And now the 0-1 pitch. That one low, and it's a ball and a strike. Down fouled away. It's 1-2 now. This 20,000 plus crowd here in the Oakland Coliseum, they've been rowdy all Friday night. The Rays looking to take a series lead 2-0 and continue their winning ways here in this building. They were just 3-4 against them in the regular season, but in that penultimate American League wildcard game, they had that 5-1 victory. Yandy Diaz homered a couple times. Avi put one out, and so did Pham. The last two no longer with the team. They've made way for new acquisitions that have helped the team this year. Another 2-2 to Chapman. It swung on and missed. Strike 3. Made him look silly there. Second strikeout of the inning, and now the A's are down to their final out. And it'll be the second baseman, Chad Pinder. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the 7th. A's down to their final out here. Rays lead 4-2. The first pitch to him is taken again at the knees, strike 1. 5 innings, the starter, Chirinos, no decision for him. Brendan McKay in line for the win. Anderson trying to pick up the save. It'll be J.B. Wendelken receiving the loss. The 1-1. And that one is popped up. Chased by the right fielder, Renfroe. And he'll be there in foul territory to retire the side. The Rays, for the first time since March, are back to 500. They're 17-17 now on the season. A no decision for Yonny Chirinos. Brendan McKay gets the win. And Nick Anderson, double-digit saves. Picks a couple strikeouts for his 10th save of the year. J.B. Wendelken gets the loss for the A's as they drop to 15-19. The Rays take a 2-0 lead. We have 2 more this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rays, 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base.